Hi students, welcome to VerandaRace. I'm late by 1 minute. I guess. Let me check. Go to the channel first. Okay. So today's session is going to be a very special one. I'll tell you why. Because I've introduced something else as well. Good evening, Bharat Narayanan, Vishamidha Saminathan. Good evening. Good evening. So. So today's session is about some additional features which I'll be providing apart from the Hindu. So how many of you are ready to accept if I let you solve some preposition exercises? How many of you accept this? Good evening Kishore, Dani Vijaywalan, good evening Bharat, good evening. Okay, Jaya Bharti is good evening. So are you interested in solving some preposition exercises? If you don't mind the session to be extended by, not extended, it would be of 1 hour, but we'll solve some preposition questions as well. Would you mind this? Because it will be a very interesting session actually. And one very crucial tip I'm going to give you in terms of grammar. So every day one grammar tip, some extra exercises and the Hindu editorial analysis. Are you ready for this? Please answer fast so that I can start. One grammar tip, very crucial grammar tip. Again, one thing about the exercises of preposition or some other exercises and the editorial analysis. Are you ready for this? So let me move ahead and show you something. So this is the February 9th thorough discussion of the editorial. Okay, ready sir, very good. So tell me the answer fast. This is blank number 1. This is blank number 2. Tell me the answer of 1 and 2. Answer fast. He invested his patrimony dash jute shares. The police commissioner is invested dash magisterial powers. Choose between in and with. Give me fast answers, okay? In and with. So I'll solve only 16 questions, 15 questions. Then we'll move to the editorial thing. Within. Sorry. Invested in patrimony in jute shares and with magisterial powers. Okay. Investing in shares. You know this, right? So it is in and with. Okay. You can answer like this: with in or in with, whatever. The first is 2 is in. No, 2 is with. Invested with magisterial powers and in with. Not within, Jaya Bharati. It's in with. Yeah. Okay, in without. No, we have only 2 options, in and with. Next, question number 2. Question number 2, give me fast answers, okay? Question number 2. The similar way you answer this, about to off. Bharat Narayan says about to off. Okay, very good. Let's talk about something else. Very good. So this is about. For a while they talked of politics. Wonderful. I will talk to my son. Very good answer. So Bharat Narayan's answer is correct. About of to. Perfect. No, Bharat Narayan said about to of. Sorry, the answer is about of to. Arvind gave the right answer. About of and to. Sorry, Bharat Narayan, your answer was wrong to some extent. So it is about of to is the correct answer. I'll explain this to you. Wait. I'll explain this to you. Let us talk about something else. So when we talk about something else, we discuss over that thing, but when we talk of something, we discuss the topic in detail. And I'll talk to my son, you talk to someone. So talking about something is not a serious discussion. Talking of politics is a serious discussion, a kind of brainstorming, and talking to someone, you know that answer, right? Next one, third number. This is third number question. Of to, third number. In for with. He takes no interest in politics, correct? What you say has no interest for me. I have no interest with the agents of the firm. Correct answer. Who gave this answer? J. Arvind. Arvind is great actually. Giving good answers. About of to Arvind. In for with. Correct Kishore Shiva. Third in for, in with for. No, in for with. In for with is correct answer. Correct. For within somebody says. Kishore Kenneth. No. He takes no interest in politics means he has no interest in that area. And no, if I say I take no interest in something, I have no interest in that. You understand that, right? What you say has no interest for me means it is not for my benefit. Not interest. Interest for me means it's not for my benefit. I have no interest with the agents of the firms. Which means in relation to the agents of the firm, I have no interest. Interest here means relationships, right? Second one, interest means benefit, and first one means interest, literally interest. Understood? Fourth one is off for. He has a reputation of honesty, he has a reputation of being. No, for off. Wrong. I'll tell you why. He has a reputation for honesty. He has a reputation of being a good teacher. So reputation of being someone means having the name of that particular position. You have a name for that. Okay, and he has a reputation for honesty. For honesty means just like this question. No interest for me. Similar to this. I'll tell you what. Somebody says for off. Everybody is saying off for. Off for is correct answer actually. For off is correct answer. Why everybody is saying off for? He has a reputation of honesty. He has a reputation for being a good teacher. No. The correct answer is a reputation for honesty. He has a reputation of being a good teacher. I can explain this to you. For off is the correct answer. Danny, I'll tell you what. Reputation for something which you possess. You are known for that thing. Understand this? You are known for that thing. So I am known for my honesty. I have a reputation for my honesty. I have a reputation for my truthfulness. But he has a reputation of being a good human being. Reputation of being a good human being and reputation for my honesty, reputation for my... if I had known Tamil well, I would have explained you better, but you understand this. I have a reputation for being a reputation of being a good human being. I have a reputation for my richness. Understood that? Okay. Next question. I have 15 questions. Don't worry. He exercises complete authority. It's a difficult question. You try doing it fast. He exercises complete authority dash his followers. There is no authority dash this use. So how to solve questions of this kind? Let me tell you. If you get options like this and they're difficult questions, still you'll try once. Please. It will be a long class, so I would expect everybody to be a part of this class till the end. It will be a very enjoyable session. Okay. You understand. Danny understands. What is reputation? Nishant asked. Reputation means name and fame. Name and fame, Nishant. Reputation is name and fame. Okay, so he exercises complete authority over his followers. There is no authority for this use. I say this authority of Dr. Bridge is an authority on English prosody. Let me explain this. Authority on something. Authority on something means Patanjali was an authority on Sanskrit grammar, for example. Or I say Danny is an authority on English grammar. So authority on something means having the command over that subject. Exercising complete authority over some people is like ruling them or making them their followers. Authority for this use means, how would I explain this to you? Authority for this use is like, this is a use and there is no authority for this particular use. Okay, let me explain the third one. I say this on the authority of Oxford English Dictionary. Authority means its presence, its value. So authority of something, which means the value of that thing. And authority for this use means there is no use of this particular thing. There is no authority for this thing means there is no use of for this particular thing. So this way we can answer the question. Over, for, off, on. Over, for, off, on. Perfect. J. Arvind, right. Now next move to the next question. He fell a victim, dash his own avarice. Avarice means greed. The victims dash cholera were mostly poor the victims. So second one will be two of. Correct. To his fell a victim to his own avarice and victims of cholera. It's an easy one. Victims are two of. Perfect. Kishore, Shivani, J. Arvind. Okay, perfect. Third one. I have no use. This is 100% for it. It is similar to this one. For this use, no use for it. He has lost the use of his right arm. Let me answer this question for you. I want to make it fast because we have much more things to do. Next, there are some diseases that proceed. This is a difficult question. Try this one. For off is correct. Yes, Kishore Shiva, right. Try this one. I won't answer this question. Try this one. There are some diseases that proceed dash dirt. After visiting Agra, we proceed. It should be proceeded. This is two. This is fixed, right? Proceeded to Delhi. After visiting Agra, we proceeded to Delhi. Let us proceed. So we have to choose between from and with. You just tell me the answer for from and with. So last one will be with, and this will be from. So proceed from the dirt means they originate from dirt. There are some diseases that originate from dirt. We proceeded to Delhi. Let us proceed with the work in hand. So proceed with whatever we have, whatever instrument, whatever commodities we have. Let us proceed with that. Okay. Moving ahead. From to with. Let me check who has answered. Danny Vijayan. From to with. Perfect. Next. The second last slide. The second last slide. He supplied the poor dash clothing. He supplied clothing dash the poor. It's a very easy question. Answer fast. I've just incorporated this exercise every day because there are 5. These questions are from Wren and Martin. So I'll ensure that you solve all the questions of Wren and Martin, at least of preposition, conjunction, and some other active passive voice, or for whatever helps you better. You understand this, right? So just I introduced this concept of preposition for your betterment. Is it fine with you? Okay. With to. Yeah, correct. With to is correct. Let's move to the next question. With to is correct. She was greatly afflicted dash the loss of her child, her only child. The old man is afflicted dash gout. Gout is a disease which is lack of thyroid and all. Muthu Murugan is back. Wow. Vigneshwar is there. Bala Vignesh Kumar, Shiveni, Aru, Kangasabai, Jaya Bharati, Nishant Bright. Okay. At with is correct. Very good, Nishant Bright. At with. No, Kishore, sorry. It's at with is the answer. So if you are afflicted at something that has affected you badly, but if you are afflicted with a disease, it means you are suffering from that disease. Okay. So she was greatly afflicted. Afflicted means affected badly. So afflicted, badly affected. At the loss of her only child, the old man is afflicted with gout disease. Okay. Next question. The teacher impressed dash us the value of discipline. We were impressed dash her brother. Give me fast answers. The teacher impressed dash us the value of discipline. We were impressed dash her brother. The teacher impressed on us, impressed with her brother. This is the answer. The fourth one, the operation was accompanied. See, in this question what happens, I want the answer to this fourth question. Answer the fourth question. Yes, on third is fine. Answer the fourth question. It's a difficult question. Arun, answer the fourth question. Vignesha, very good. Okay, answer the fourth question. Nishant, right? By with. Wrong. Jaya Bharati, with by, correct. Jaya Bharati is correct. With by Arun is correct. So this is accompanied with. So accompanied with something, accompanied by someone. Accompanied with something, accompanied by someone. So this should be accompanied by her brother. Fine. Very good. Shriveni also correct, gave the correct answer. By with Sandy. Why Sandy? Why? It should be with by. Accompanied with something, accompanied by people. Okay. By with. Again, Aru says by with. Jyotika says given the correct answer with by. Fine. The next question. The last set of questions. And trust me, please listen to me carefully. I'm going to give you a very good grammar tip after this exercise, preposition exercise. After this, in the next slide, I'm going to give you a very good tip. Okay. Moving ahead. The English allied themselves dash the French elementary algebra is allied dash arithmetic. Okay. The English allied themselves with the French. So allied with someone means unity. Algebra is allied to arithmetic means it is in line with arithmetic. Algebra is in line with arithmetic. Okay. Napoleon had a genius with 2. With 2 is correct. Very good. With 2 is correct. Shivani's Jayabhati says 2 with. No. Allied with the French. Subject is allied to another subject. Allied to means in line with. Allied with someone means having the same, having unity. Okay. Napoleon had a genius for military tactics. He's a genius in mathematics. So I'm completing it fast because many people are leaving the chat. They are wondering whether it's a Hindu editorial chat or what. I'm sorry if it has hurt you. I would not discuss from tomorrow. It's very essential as such. Trust me, everyday preposition practice is very essential. We will of course discuss the editorial, no doubt in that. So, Napoleon had a genius for. Genius for something means having a command over that thing. You have that in your brain, it's inbuilt in you, having a command for that thing. Genius in subject means good in that subject. The idea originated, here it should be with, here it should be in. I'm trying to make it fast because many people were waiting for the Hindu editorial, I understand that. The idea originated in him while he was traveling in Japan. The fire originated with a haystack. Haystack means the part of a paddy kind of crop which the livestock eats, the animals eat. That is known as haystack. He jumped. Last one I won't answer. Fourth one I need to answer. Fourth one. You give me the answer. Fourth one. I'll give you an opportunity. In with is correct. Within is Shivani. You are giving wrong answers today, Shivani. Very bad. Very level bad. Okay. So I will. In with is the correct answer. Shivani, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. So the answer should be in with. 2 at 4. Kishore Shiva has given the first answer. 2 at 4. He jumped at my offer. 2 is perfectly fine. Jumped to a conclusion. Child jumped at joy. Jumped with. Okay. This is a wrong option. I'm sorry. It should be with joy. Jumped with joy. To at should be removed. It should be with. I'm sorry for that. And the last one should be 2. So I'm sorry guys. It should be with. Okay. Now, the problem that came today, difference between but and however. So this is the Google answer. This is Google's answer. Google's. And I'll tell you what happened today morning. We had a session at 11 o'clock. There was a problem there. where we were discussing the concept of but and however. Okay, so this is what Google said. But is a conjunction and however is a conjunctive adverb. Confused yet? Don't be. Simply put, but would use a comma to split two sentences, while however would use a semicolon or a full stop to split the same sentence. This is the answer Google gave. This is the answer Google gave. Okay, so it means you are not satisfied till now. Even I was not satisfied. Google says however and but are almost the same, only that but is used after a comma and however is used after a full stop or after a semicolon. This is what Google says. Now this is the answer of Quora. Can you use, and this is the answer of Google itself. Sorry, it's also an answer of Google. Wait. Google's other answers are, I'm clarifying it because it was necessary, right? No. Okay, the question is, can we use however instead of but? No, we cannot use however instead of but in each sentence, because but and however are two words in English language that have to be understood with precision so that they can be used correctly either in spoken or written English. So this is all jumbled up kind of concepts. I don't find it really satisfactory at all. So let me move ahead and show you something else. Now students, please focus. This is what I wrote after all my understanding from the childhood of English. I have studied English since my KG kindergarten, and I have worked really hard on it. So I think this is what I would make differentiate between but and however. So please keep quiet for some time and focus on what I am saying. Read the sentence. Read the very important section. This slide is worth $10. I have made it like $1 million, I guess, right? This is $1 million. So this slide is worth $1 million because it's going to tell you a very good concept. Let us understand. I don't appreciate those people who boast of their attainments. However, I can make friends with them in case they promise to change. Fine? This is a sentence. I don't appreciate those people who boast of themselves, but I am a big fan of those who are humble. Understand the difference. Understand the difference. I don't appreciate those people who boast of that. However, I can make friends with them in case they promise to change. So this is the key. This is the key. So when when however is used, it talks about a contradiction, no doubt. So but and however are same, but however talks about the action in this first part. I don't appreciate those people who boast of themselves. This is what however is talking about, because in its clause it's talking about in case they promise to change. Boast of their attainments in case they promise to change. But what happens with but is, but talks about the subject. See, I don't appreciate those people who boast of themselves, but I am a big fan of those who are humble. So but always talks about subjects, and however always talks about the action or event. Are you getting my point? Tell me. Have you understood what I am saying? But always talks about contradiction. However, always talks about the contradiction. But talks about the subject, and however talks about the event or the action. Are you convinced, students? Are you convinced? This is based on my learning. Wow, Danny says yes. So let me, if Danny has said yes, let me come to the next sentence. Okay. I have a special place in my heart for educated people, but not for those who have left education by choice. I have I have a special place in my heart for educated people. However, I will not value them if they use a pedantic style in their writing. So, are these sentences right or wrong? Tell me. Tell me fast. I'm talking about these two sentences. What is this? Jay Bhati says yes, S6. Are these two sentences correct? So, what third number says, now I'll explain this. What third number says, however, talks about the event or the action. So, I have a special place in my heart for educated people, but not for those who have left education by choice. What buts? This is but actually. So, this talks about the subject. Next, what I'm saying is, I have a special place in my heart for educated people. However, I will not value them if they use pedantic style in the writing. So, this is the event or the action, and this is the about the subject for those who have left education by choice. So, I'm sure you are convinced enough. Both are correct. Yes, both are correct. Yes, Arun, both are correct. But my concept was to explain you how to differentiate between both but and however. Although very subtle difference, because Google says both are same. One is conjunction, one is conjunctive adverb. Now, moving ahead to the editorial. So now we have today's editorial is not very difficult one. It's a part of the editorial. So all those who have left, please come back. I'm sure you are wondering why today we have discussed all those things. Yes, yeah. Danny Vijay, you're right. Absolutely correct. So, however is followed by not a condition, I would say, but the event or the action, and but is followed by talks about more about the subject. Vishmidha, what does she say? I don't understand this expression actually. Saminathan, okay, guys. So let us start the Hindu editorial. It's 7:30. It's exactly 7:30. We have half an hour to complete the editorial. We will easily complete because anyhow we have not wasted time, right? We have done prepositions. We have understood a great tip. So are you comfortable if I discuss one grammar tip every day with you? Okay guys, let us start. With the Tamil Nadu Assembly passing once again its earlier bill seeking to exempt government seats in undergraduate medical and dental courses. So I'll just ask one word substitution. Okay, there will be some places where I will ask some replacement of words. So if you can give me a replacement of words, all those highlighted parts, if you can give me a replacement of words, that would be great. It's not compulsory, but if you give me a better word, I'll be happy. Okay. So with the Tamil Nadu Assembly passing once again its earlier bill seeking to exempt government seats in undergraduate medical and dental courses from the national eligibility cum entrance test. So what does it say? It says that Tamil Nadu Assembly has once again passed the earlier bill that was asking to exempt means make free or leave basically. Means separate. So exempt government seats from the national eligibility cum entrance test. So those who are going to take the NEET examination, those government seats in UG and dental courses will be exempted from NEET examination. The ball is once again in the court of Governor R.N. Ravi. So what do you mean by the ball is once again in the court of? So it's under his discretion. Whatever decision he will make, that will be the final decision. Passing is presenting. Vidyasagar to give an exception. Very good. Hello Sandil. Nishant Bright says okay. Yes sir. Fine. Sure sir. Okay. So passing, there's any other word? Presenting. Passing is like successfully presenting, I guess. A better word I need. Okay. So till from here to here it says the final onus, the final decision rests with the governor R.N. Ravi, and the ball is in his court, because he has to decide whether the bill should be, the government seat should be exempted from the NEET examinations or not. Okay, this is the gist of the paragraph till now. So passing means presenting or successfully letting go, or taking the allowance of everyone. So if a bill is passed, it means taking the allowance of everyone. Okay. The governor had chosen to return to the house for reconsideration. So the governor had chosen, it means he had decided to return to the house for reconsideration the bill that was passed in September 2021. So there was one bill that was passed in September 2021, and he had chosen to return to the house for reconsideration. Reconsideration, a better word for that? Revisit. Okay, I've got a word, revisit. Revisit, okay, sorry. Revisit. The bill that was passed in September 2021, questioning the tenability of the Justice A.K. Rajan committee report. Tenability means what? Plausibility. Plausibility. What is the meaning of plausibility? The quality of being plausible, workable, feasible. Workable, feasible, plausible. So return to the house for reconsideration means revisit the bill that was passed in September 2021, questioning the plausibility of the Justice A.K. Rajan committee report that had given its findings in favor of the passage of such a law. Passage is basically going through successfully. Or you can say, there's a better word for passage, very nice word, in the favor of the passage of such a law. So what has happened till now, let us understand. From first one we have understood, from here to here, that it's the governor's decision, the ball is in his court, whether he decides whether the government seat should be exempted from national NEET examinations or not. The governor had earlier chosen in September 2021 that he should return to the house for reconsideration of the bill, questioning the tenability, plausibility of the Justice A.K. Rajan committee report that had given its findings in favor of the passage of such a law. Means the law should be enforced. Yes. Passage means enforcement. Passage means enforcement. In the context of this passage, okay? Reevaluate. Very good. Revisit, reevaluate. Reevaluate. So passage here would mean enforcement of such a law. The DMK regime has thrown down the gauntlet. Can anyone tell the meaning without seeing Google? Can anyone tell me the meaning without seeing Google? Reevaluate. Throw down the gauntlet. Can anyone tell me the meaning of thrown down the gauntlet? The DMK regime has thrown down the gauntlet as the constitution is clear as far as the governor's course of action is concerned. So DMK regime has challenged, not given up, no. Challenge. It means challenged. The DMK government, regime means government, has challenged as the constitution is clear as far as the governor's course of action is concerned. If the bill is presented to him again, Mr. Ravi is constitutionally bound to grant assent. So he is bound to grant his consent means what? Assent is consent basically. So if the bill is presented to him again, Mr. Ravi is constitutionally bound to grant his consent. Accepted failure. Disagree. Very good. Actually, throw down the gauntlet means challenging something, disagreeing, controlling, challenging. Given up maybe not be correct, totally correct. So when DMK regime has challenged, as the constitution is clear as far as governor's course of action is concerned. So if the bill is presented to him again, so Mr. Ravi is constitutionally bound to grant assent. He is bound to give his consent, because initially what happened, the legislature has passed the bill in this case, but he has not given his consideration, or he has not given his assent. Okay. So Tamil Nadu Assembly has passed the bill, but the governor has still yet to give his consent. Okay. Assembly has passed it. Okay. But if the bill is presented to him again, Mr. Ravi is constitutionally bound to grant assent to it. Okay. That's a constitution. Hi, sir. Next, moving ahead. It is a matter of, good evening, sir. It's a matter of speculation whether the bill will obtain presidential nod. So it's a matter of guesswork. Okay. So speculation means what? Guesswork. Guesswork. So it's a matter of speculation whether the bill will obtain presidential nod. Nod means what? Nod means if somebody says yes, consent means have to abide by. Absolutely correct, Vidyasagar. When you say assent, that is consent, have to abide by. Very good, very good. So when we say it's a matter of guesswork whether the bill will obtain presidential nod. Nod means assertion or consent. Assertion means assertion or consent. Consent. So when you say yes, it is a nod. But the episode raises a question whether the governor could not have avoided the current situation by reserving the bill for the parliament instead of returning it. Very, very wonderful lines these are. These lines say, so it's still a matter of guess whether the bill will obtain presidential yes, but the episode raises a question. It crops up a question whether the governor could not have avoided Mr. Ravi could have not avoided the situation by reserving the bill for the president instead of returning it. So he could have reserved the bill for the president instead of returning it. So that's a question, a speculation that arises. Okay. So after all, this is clearly a bill that requires the president's acceptance. So after all, this is certainly a bill. The seats for government seats for the dental colleges or government colleges, that has to be exempted from NEET examination. So that is the problem over here. So after all, this is clearly a bill that requires the president's acceptance. The exemption from NEET. So NEET should not take care of the government seats. That's what the exemption. Nod means accept. Absolutely correct. Vigneshwar says access. Vidyasagar says approval. Very good. Okay. So after all, this is clearly a bill that requires the president's acceptance. The exemption from NEET is in conflict with the central law that makes it mandatory and therefore can only be saved by the president's assent. So if it has to be done that NEET should not be responsible for the government seats of Tamil Nadu, it is a conflict with the central law that makes it very much essential and mandatory that it should be through NEET. Therefore, it can only be saved by president's consent. Are you getting my point? Okay. So regardless of the bill's merits, regardless of means irrespective of the fact that the bill has merits, in spite of the fact that bill has merits, the governor should delay the matter no further. The governor should delay the matter no further. The original intent means what? Intent means motive. The original motive of the constitution makers was that the governor under Article 200 ought to have no discretion. So the original motive of the constitution makers was that under the Article 200, the governor ought to have no discretion, no powers, save discretion, save in the case of law that undermines the position of the High Court. So anything that undermines means devaluates DEVALUATES. Any law that devaluates the position of the High Court, which he is bound to reserve for a President's consideration. So what does it mean? Let us understand from here. Let's understand from here. Let me rub all the previous things. No, let it be. The original intent of the constitution makers like Dr. Ambedkar and the other members of the Constituent Assembly at that time makers was that the governor under Article 200 has to have no discretion, save in the case of a law, any law that undermines the position of High Court. So any law that undermines the position of the High Court, the governor has no discretion, no power in that. That undermines the position, that devaluates the position of the High Court, which he is bound to reserve for the President's consideration. So it means that the governor is bound to reserve means push forward a decision on President's consideration, and he cannot undermine the position of the High Court. Okay, he has no power to do that. Clear? Next, moving ahead, second last slide. However, the governor's rare use of discretion, rare use of power, this is power basically, power. However, the governor's rare use of power to question the desirability or validity of a bill. So, if a bill has to be passed in the assembly, Tamil Nadu assembly or any other assembly, the governor's rare use of discretion to question the desirability means requirement, or validity means its validity would, what's the word for validity actually? Validity means solidity, or its relevance. So I would say validity is relevance. Okay. So governor's rare use of discretion power to question the relevance of a bill and ask for reconsideration is now a matter of constitutional practice. So this should be a matter of constitutional practice, what the author says. Some parts of the governor's communication to the Legislative Assembly Speaker seem to suggest that Mr. Ravi disagrees with the basis for the bill. So Mr. Ravi, the governor, disagrees with the basis, the foundation of the bill, and it could be heard, it could be understood by some parts of the governor's communication to the Legislative Speaker. Okay. Well, even though he is not wrong in highlighting the Supreme Court decision in favor of NEET. So what he has done is he has highlighted the Supreme Court's verdict in favor of NEET. So NEET is essential to get the students qualified for government seats in Tamil Nadu. That's what he says. Okay. It is not generally desirable. Desirable means relevant or required for the governor to seek to match wits with the legislature's wisdom on social inputs that inform policy. This is a difficult line. It is not generally required for the governor. Not desirable means acceptable. Desirable or required or acceptable for the governor to seek to match wits. Match wits means what? To try to challenge the legislature's wisdom on social inputs that inform policy. Okay. It will be useful to okay. What does it mean? It is not normal, not desirable to accept, to seek to match when the governor tries to match with the legislature's wisdom on social inputs. Like the legislator has given a decision of passing the bill, but he is not ready. He has taken it for reconsideration. Okay, so it will be useful to recall that Sarkaria Commission on Central-State Relation observed that the governor should not act contrary to the advice of the Council of Ministers merely because he did not like the policies embodied in the bill. Very wonderful line, very level line. What does it say? It will be useful to recall. So we can recall that the Sarkaria Commission on Central-State Relations had observed that the governor should not act contrary, just the opposite to the advice of the Council of Ministers, just because he did not like the policy that was hidden, that was embodied in the bill that was passed. Okay, so the bill is basically about the NEET examination and it's related to the states. Okay, moving ahead to the last part of the paragraph, the attention will now be on whether the NEET examination bill will pass muster. Muster means what? Muster means a battlefield. I can say for this particular okay, just a moment. In this context, I can use battlefield, or muster means a challenge kind of thing. Muster means an examination, a tough examination. So the attention will now be on whether the NEET exemption bill will pass muster. For one thing, the exemption may not be a solution to the problem of government school students not making it to MBBS course in sufficient numbers. Okay. So exemption will not give a solution. Exemption means what? It will not be counted. Not a solution to the problem of government school students not making it to MBBS courses in sufficient numbers. It will not give a solution to that. The situation prior to the introduction of NEET was no better. Even if NEET was not introduced, still the condition was bad. However, the issue of NEET being a barrier to access is genuine. Okay, no doubt in that. The genuine students have barriers based on NEET examination is a genuine issue. It's an authentic issue. Genuine means authentic. There is no doubt that mandatory nature of NEET on pan-India basis undermines the role of state governments in medical education. So state governments should have some role in medical education, but the NEET has a pan-India basis which devaluates the role of state governments in medical education. Are you getting my point? Very simple passage. As the main deliverers of public health, deliverers means the doctors, of course, the states, of course, of the state monitors every medical kind of exigencies. Public health, the state monitors that. As the main deliverers of public health, the states cannot be denied a say. It means that they cannot be said no about this in who joins medical courses in government colleges. So the author says the states have a say in the medical education, so they cannot be denied their contribution in who joins the medical courses in government colleges. So this is what the passage is all about. So I think contrary is opposite. Arun is right. So we have completed the passage today. So just wanting your inputs. Would you like to have preposition session or any other grammar session just for 5 minutes? Again, the second question is, would you like the grammar tip every day? Third question, would you like, okay, the vocabulary is already there in the passage, we can do that. So students, with this, I'd like to end the session. Please give your comments in the comment box and keep watching us. Fine, thank you. So tomorrow we have a class at 11 o'clock, fine? Okay.